Welcome. Let there be light. Okay, one moment. Yes. Okay. Let there be light. And there was light, as in the words of the said God, of course. Yeah. So the said God, if you're new to this channel, is Mother Eve. And Mother Eve, of course, is the Eve in the Garden of Eden that we have learned about, who is meant to be responsible for all mankind's sins. What a burden to think, of course, you're carrying the sins of the world. No wonder, with that kind of thinking, Christ came to die on the cross. So to speak, the cross meaning number two. Now, number two, when we say the cross, it's like two strokes. We could, okay. I'm letting Mother Eve lead in this presentation. So this is the cross. And of course, Christ came to die. Let's see the word die. Die. We see the I in the middle. The I is in the middle. And there is 4 plus 5. Now, of course, in our numerical, on our scale, 4 plus 5, it's like telling us these are the two main numbers to pay attention to. So here we are on the sacrifice template. Of course, when we add these numbers from 1 to 4, we get 10. And of course, we see 5 because the I is in the middle. The I meaning in 10, there is also 9, like I've also always said. And if there is 9, there is an I in there. There is an I there, of course. And then we have 5. So there is something. I'm now getting a message. It's as if we were really designed to be mainly in this part. Mother Eve, help me here. But I'm getting as if there was meant to be these two, because there are two sections here. This is the sack here. Of course, we have 3 sections: the sack, the reef, and the ice. And of course, everything is as it is meant to in essence. But there is something, because Mother Eve is asking us to count backward. It looks like Mother Eve is taking us from here, wanting us to, of course, concentrate on this 5 point here, and to go back to this side in this 4, 3, 2, 1. It's like really getting into this here. We need to be occupied with opening or third eye. Of course, we have seen that. And the letter I, of course, is corresponding with the I here, although it is 8, but I in the sound as sound mind, meaning what I sounds like and what the letter represents as 9. So the word I equals 8, the letter I equals 9. If we add this together, it becomes 17, which is the number of God as 8. Okay. So Mother Eve is asking us to count backward. Now, I'm just going with the flow, going how Mother Eve is revealing herself through these presentations. But so really 9 and 9 is 18. So die really means to get to this 18, which is 1 plus 8 is 9. Die really is so 9 is birthing. 9 is birth. It's birthing. You are birthing. It is really, and of course we see when we do the numerical value for the word 9, it turns to 6. So there is a cycle that happens. So now I get it. I get it. The question I asked in the last presentation, and I asked it before and I thought I had it, What is between beginning and end? What is between beginning and end is, so beginning, of course, 9 is beginning and end. And of course, because Mother Eve is asking us to count this way, and basically the process of 9, which comes back to 6, is really the process of 9, that 5, 9, 5, 5. When we add this up, this is 15, 24, 2 4s, meaning 24 is 2 4s, that's 24. When we add this together is 6. The process, so that happens between 9, which is beginning, 9, and end. 9 becomes 6, and 5 as well is also 6. When we do the numerical value for the word 5, it also becomes 24. So this is 6, 9, 4, 5. So if we do this, this is 10, 19, 24. 2 plus 4. Of course, 2 4s are 8. So there is a cycle. 5 is showing its cycle, how it becomes, how it is set. 5 shows the cycle of 8. That's so the end, which is end. Let's do end. End is 5. That's how we know end is 5. So this is when it is said God ended his work and God ended his work. So when he ended, of course, there was a set. It also did set. So I have that, I've always been adding, but I found myself, of course, intuitively saying, well, 2 4s are 8 here. And it's as if Mother Eve wants me to do this to show the interplay of, or the dynamics of the numbers and words. So it's not only adding, because here it's like saying, for instance, there are parts in the scriptures where each time we see and God said, it means you ought to add. And God said you ought to add. But there is another part where it says subdue, increase, multiply, replenish, and have dominion. You are at liberty to do otherwise. So this is where we are seeing 2 4s are 8. Now that would make sense here to say 2 4s are 8, because 8 is also 9, in the sense that, as I have spoken, as I have just said, it is the eye. The eye or the tongue, we see that 8 equals I. Let's just do this so you can see how I mean this to be. Well, it's on the template. So EYE equals 5, and we can see it's really like Eve right here, but that is the language is done this way too. So 4, 5. So this is 14. EYE, sorry, this is 7, it's meant to be 7 here. So this is 17. 1 plus 7 is 8. So I, the word I, EYE equals 17, and 17 is 8 when we add these together. So, okay, and the reason why we have 9 as I as well, or 8, or we could put it this way, the letter I equals 9 in numerical value, but the letter I There's another intelligence that has happened. It's all in the Bible. It is done that way. It's specifically done that way to get us chasing around. But Mother Eve works through all of us and is very happy to grant us the wisdom. So when we look at this I, the letter I as well, which has the numerical value of 8, we see it as, we say 8, but it also sounds like H. H is also 8. It has the numerical value of 8. So this is the interplay that happens right there. And that is the kind of thing that will help us to also understand how to get into the beginning, how to begin the beginning. So 5 also equals 8 in this sense. We see that it's 2, 4, which is 6. Now, of course, if we do the numerical value for 6, it equals 7. It equals, wow. Let's do this. We've got to do this. I'm now saying that 5 equals 6. After doing 2 plus 4 is 6. Now I'm doing the numerical value for 6. Of course, Mother Eve is very present here. Thank you, Mother Eve. And when we add this together, this is 15, this is 16. Of course, we see this is 16 right here. Now 2, it's a 16. We could, so in actual fact, here, when we see 2 4s are 8, here we see that we could say 2 8s is what makes 16. But let's add this together and see that it gives us 7. Of course, 7, when we do the numerical value for 7, it gives us 20, which is 2. Okay, and 2, of course, is also 7 because TWO is 6, 5. I think I'm getting something as well. I'm getting something else. Okay, so this is 2. This is 11, 12, 13. Actually, it's 13, which is the magic number. I call it the magic number now, which is also, so 13 is 4. So 13 is not only 4, 13 has a lot. We can easily get 8 in 13. So just to give you an example, this is 13. And of course, this is where agreements are formed. This is where whenever we see this, it comes under the 2 column. It comes under the 2 column. So when you become equal with someone or something, you have formed a bond. Of course, that bond in itself, it has the numerical value of 2. It has the numerical value of 4. That would be 6. We could say that. It could also have an I here. You could have L here. You could have E right here. That's why you can do so much. You can also have F here, the letter F in there. You can have L here. So there is really a lot you can get with this. So in essence, when we go through that route, we could see 5 can also be 8. Yes, just thinking, all right. So we have seen about die here, and there was something that I really wanted to explore on this further with what we were doing on. So we have seen how 7's on the first part of this. We see dandelions is really 7. We see that the ready steady go set that we have done, if you haven't watched the first part, because I'd rather not really go for this again, but we have seen the first part, and the last word go, it's like getting ready, because those were the words of Mother Eve saying, get ready, get set, go. She's really saying that, and that really comes under the 13 number. Go is really 13. Ready is free, which gives us that vibration. So with the free, we are able to form the 8-petal flower, like it would the children in the ark, in Noah's ark, because we see we have the 2 eighths here. So there are two, it's like two information. This is, as I say, breaking this down in 2 sections. It's like mirroring the 8. The 8 is being mirrored here, and so we are looking at the 8-petal flower. This is where Mother Eve is saying get set. Now get set is that we're getting ready to for a grand finale, but she has shown us what it is like when to get set. It's like we need to go through yes, Mother Eve, we need to go through the process of preparing our land. This is the land, preparing our mind, preparing our bodies, our spirit, and all to move into another dimension. This other dimension is requiring us to be prepared to let go of things that no longer serve us. But she is also providing us with a vision, or the I was going to say, or the landscape, or the architectural requirement of what it is that is going to be in the next realm that we are moving into. And so with the list of entries that she has provided, because this is where we are going to need to get ready to let us make man in our image, after our likeness. That is where we are going to this is where she's getting us ready to be for that state of mind and condition. So basically, all the it's like, let the earth bring forth abundant creatures after its kind. So there in that 7, I am not sure whether it's going to be as an exciting thing as we thinking, okay, well, all those creatures or whatever it is. I'm believing it's going to be very much like something like the story of Noah. Now, what it is, again, we have this, I'm going to have to say, because Mother Eve wants me to let people know this. The stories that we have learned has been dramatized in a way to get us to have a picture, because we have the software of imagery. We need those things to give us a sense of reference and an external or objective view. But basically this it's like, if you don't, basically Mother Eve is saying, if you do not really look after your health, for instance, all this of the lower chakra, all the addictions, all the bad habits, or the habits that are not really healthy, all the bacteria, whatever it is you want to call it, all those things that just keep you concretized, is going to rupture, and then it's going to be like a major eruption. And then you would be like, oh, where am I? You're going to be like, where am I? What country am I in? What house am I in? Where are my clothes? Where is my mind? Who am I? That is the question. Have I remembered my name? Have I remembered who I am? And that's why, of course, we have been given the opportunity to get to know thyself. This is why we have a responsibility to know ourselves. And it's knowing ourselves, that means when we get into the gate of 8, I've got to do gate because Mother Eve is wanting me to do gate. when we get into the gate, which has the word 8, meaning the G is saying that you are a God in itself. It's already saying you are 8. Basically, that's what it is saying. You, if we do the word you, which is 7, 6, 3, when we add this together, this is 9. Of course, this is 16. Looks like we are doing a lot of 16s today. It's all about 16 today. So this is 7. This is like saying you ate. Once you add the gate, the gate is also the mouth in that sense, although the word mouth equals 5, which reminds me that the word month, because I noticed that it is really upside down. The N, instead of the MOU, it's MON, and it's really the same. So let's see what is happening there. But the M as well has the ability to be M. It has the E, the 3 or E or W. So mouth is quite appropriate in this sense. So mouth is really 8. This 8 here is the gate. So this is 4, 6, 5, 2, 8. And we could add this up. This is 10, 21 plus 4 is 25. So the month is giving us 7. 7, of course, as we have done right here, is really whole. That is you. So the month is you. Now these are things that we would not have otherwise really know, that when one speaks of a month, it's another word that represents you. The word month represents you. And I also think it would be the same for the word year. Y-E-A-R. Wow. I've got to appreciate numerology. So this is 7, 5. Of course, it is also saying you are air, because hair, whenever we see the Y, it's really saying it's you. The Y is just you with a tail, the letter U with a tail, because it has the numerical value of 7 anyway. And this is 6 or 7. Let's just do this. So this is 1, 9. Okay, 519. These are numbers I'm passionate about because it's 15. And of course, this is 6. 6 plus 7 gives us 13. This is why it is said faith comes by hair. Oh, well, I was going to say by hearing, because the Y is an H upside down anyway. This is wonderful. We have to appreciate the work or what is done here. So the year in this sense is really H-E-A-R. This is what it is. One is upside down. We need to pay attention to that. So when we do this, we have this 6 plus 7 is 13. Of course, we have seen what we can do with 13, because 13 is 4. But 13 is also 2. It can be 2. It's got the numerical value for 2, because this is where bonds happen. So the year, in actual fact, or on number 2, or number 4, or number 13, I am going to say it clearly. This is where we need to pay attention to what we are agreeing to or bonding with, to getting us ready for that next dimension. So yeah, of course, we see the year equals 4 right there. That 4, of course, could be as the 4 seasons. It could be as the 4 cardinal points. It could be the 4 elements. It could be quite a lot going on with year, because year has air in it, and so it has, and if it has air, or number 13, we could say it really has everything in it. Everything, meaning Mother Eve too. Mother Eve. Okay, so back to the gate. We said the gate. And these are things as well we can always pay attention to. Anytime you get words that have gate, appreciate, or eliminate, there is always something about food or ate or digestive element to it. That means in that word has it provides a key. It provides a key to get into the mouth of Mother Eve, if you like, because Mother Eve, because that's what Mother Eve is about. So this is a gate. This is a gate. Basically, you are it. And that's what Mother Eve was about. Mother Eve ate. So there was, we see the Y is 7. And the word 8, of course, is equals 8. 7 plus 8 would be 15. We have seen this. 1 plus 5, of course, is 6. All this is the gate. We are asked to get into the gate of number 5. Gate 5. When you go to the airport and you see gate 5, you know, tell yourself you are ready to be in this dimension. But of course, it takes us to 8. Number 5 takes us to 8. And I think I've just done how 5 is 8. And the mouth itself is 5. Of course, the tongue equals 10. But it's the tongue as well that curls, and it has that form of 8, because the tongue in itself, or 10, has in it all 1 to 4, we could say, because if we add all these numbers together, it equals 10. The tongue is that which is of life and death. So death is 20 and life itself is 5. If we add this together, we are getting 7. This is where we get 7 and 2, like in Jesus Christ, which is right here as well. So on this exercise, what we are getting is that we are called to, there's an L, to revel, to level, of course, because Mother Eve is asking us to count back. Now, if we look at going back on this scale from 5, of course, we would see that this here is what we are. We did the numerical value of what's between 5 and 9. We did come across doing 6, but but 4 is also 6. The letter F-O-U-R is 6 as well. So we could say all this, 6 is there. 3 would be in 6 twice. That would be there as well. So this would be in that section. And from here, it's like L-E-V-E-R. So there's a lever. It's as if the lever just come to me. It's the tongue. We need to be mindful of the words that we are speaking. The lever is our tongue, because Mother Eve is the spokesperson. She is showing us about the lever, the fruit, what we are saying, speaking is really the fruits right here. It's the fruit or the apple or the moringa, whatever it is, that will enable us to open our third eye, activate our third eye. But there is a lever, and this is where it's number 6. We add the 6, the number of man right here. Of course, 6 plus 5 is 11. We can see those 2 strokes in themselves could be as 11. 2 strokes, of course, the L. As I did one motion, but 2 directions. Okay, so this now we are being referred to go into this direction right now. Mother Eve wants us to see her right here in this spectrum. So basically, Mother Eve is now telling us with the number 13 that I have just done, is that to come back, look from this new perspective here, and from here we are going to have new agreements with her in the bucket or the basket like it were the Last Supper. Yes. That's the beginning to begin. That is the beginning to begin. I hope you have got this. And of course, we're going to do lots more on this because there is a lot more being offered, particularly on the dandelion, because the dandelion is the yellow, which is number 2. There again, the dandelion is telling us that it equals 11. It is in 11 that 11 back to her it's like Lever, but it's like 11. It's like the liver. It'd be interesting to do the numerical value on the liver, but we see the 2 strokes, like I said, was the 11. Number 2, 1 plus 1 is 2. This is where Mother Eve with the E is trying to get us to pay attention right now, to prepare to get into this new dimension. There is a new dimension, people. There is that new dimension. The Bible had been given, had been done very strategically, and that's why it had called for people to have wisdom. Get wisdom and seek wisdom. There sometimes you just need one text that will stick in your side as though it were a sword and not let you go. And that was one of the texts for me in the Bible. Seek wisdom. And so in that, this is where we are needing to get ready in that number 2 or number 13. And we saw 13 appeared twice in the previous exercises, meaning 13 and 13 is 26. 2 plus 6 is 8. We also have many references of 8, which we have done on dandelion as well. Dandelion is still giving us quite a bit here. We are getting ready to set. The word set, of course, is in equals 17, which is 8. It also goes in dandy hair. It also goes in lion's hair. And lions. So it's really saying Mother Eve has shown how she transforms herself into the lion. She is really the king of the jungle now. So now she's taken a position of what seems like the masculine side right now. So one of the things I just did was really trying to see about the left and right, which I did. I was hoping to pick up on that again and to see why the Mr. had been on the right and the female or masculine was on the right, which meant they were Mr. and the female, which was on the left. There's no title in that one, FL, for female on the left. And it did remind me, I must say, because I used to be in textiles, and so you know that all the female labels are always on the left. Perhaps there is a deeper message in that for us. So do join me again. I'm going to cover this in another presentation and make it very short one as well. Thank you. I hope you have found this insightful somehow. I certainly have. There's so much. It does feel like quite a bit right now, but I'm sure Mother Eve is going to help us really untangle things much better when we are looking at in the beginning. Yes, so it's about beginning. It's about beginning. Thank you.